Hey everyone, Cody Dean here, the Cody Dean Show podcast. Welcome to the Cody Dean Show podcast, where I be podcasting live here, and you can access the podcast at anchor.fm/Cody Dean, or just search it on Spotify. I'm sure you can find it on Spotify as well. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this time right now, where you are at currently, and whether or not you have been prepared for this moment. And it's my belief that you have been prepared for this moment. Everything that you've gone through, everything that has happened for you in your past has prepared you for this moment. And what you are going through right now is preparing you for what is going to be coming here in the next couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months. And so I want you to realize that you have power, that you have ability, you have the opportunity here to make the most of this moment right now. A lot of times when I was, where I am now, I did door-to-door sales. And when I was doing door-to-door sales, I was just, thinking, you know what? I just want to go and make enough money so I can pay for college. I didn't pull out any loans for college, but I just wanted to pay for college and not have any loans, not have any debt. And so I went and did door-to-door sales, and I went out, and it was a real struggle. Many of you know my story of about a month of just completely wasting away, not doing well, hitting my head against the wall, figuratively. And I wasn't doing very well at door-to-door sales, and for about a month there. And then I figured out this thing. I figured out this quote. It says, the best way to predict the future is to create it. And I was like, wow, for me, if I want to have a better future and a better life, I need to go out and create that future. And that change happened in my mind, and I went and started being really successful at door-to-door. Literally overnight, I was for a whole month, I only sold about 10 accounts, and I was losing money because it was a commission-based job. And literally overnight, the next day, I made this change of the best way to predict the future is to create it. I made this change, and I literally sold 6 accounts the very next day. And that was an equivalent of, a couple, about $1,500 in one day that I made. And I was just like, man, never have I made that much money. Never have I made, that kind of a shift and a change. Anyway, so that moment has, because of what I went through, I was prepared for future sales jobs. I was able to get into another job doing phone sales. And when I was doing door-to-door, I was selling Dish Network. And then I got a job doing phone sales, selling Dish Network to people that had recently purchased a home warranty just recently purchased a home. And I got into that. It helped me transition from doing door-to-door sales to doing phone sales. And then I would never have gone into phone sales had I not had that opportunity, and it helped me transition. And then because I went into phone sales, I was open to doing sales over the phone. Then I started transitioning over to doing supplement sales over the phone. And with that, I've been easily able to make about $1,000 to $2,000 a day at my best, at my peak, in doing supplement sales. And so everything that I've gone through, in those moments when I first started off doing door-to-door sales, and I was just hitting my head against the wall and not making any money, and I was losing money, and I was bleeding money, and a lot of you know my story of I literally had $0 in my bank account, and an auto ship went through from my network marketing company. An auto ship went through, and it overdrafted my account. And I had just got done with a team meeting, and I look at my text, and it's like, you have an overdraft fee. And I was like, oh no, and And literally it was like the next day or two that I made that switch. Anyway, all of those moments, like in the moment, it sucks. In the moment, it is not fun. But looking back, I see all of the growth that has happened and all of the changes that I was able to make in my mind and in my mindset and my skill set, and was able to improve, actually. Now is another one of those times. Like for me, it's a challenge. For me, it's a challenge because they have suspended sales at the work that I do. And so it's just like, man, I need that income, right? And it's a stress and it's a challenge as far as like, okay, what is it preparing me to do? Like, I've done a lot online, and I've been toying with the idea of like, hey, you know what, maybe I should just go full time into the online space and not have a day job. But the problem is when you have a day job that you make over 6 figures, and at my best I did 196,000 in a year. It's hard to replace that income online overnight, right? But it's and my biggest, one of my biggest challenges that I had is, and I think a lot of people have this, when they start making more money, they start raising their level of income. And so that's a challenge, right? Like now there's obligations and there's payments that need to be made. So it's like, man, like I need to make a shift again. The same kind of shift that happened, I should say, when I was doing door-to-door sales, and I made that shift of, hey, you know what? Like I can do door-to-door sales. I made a shift and I was like, hey, you know what? If I want to, the best way to predict the future is to create it. And I need to take my own advice. That same thing happens right now. Like if I want to make a change in my life, I've been prepared for this moment to transition to online. I've been doing online marketing for the last couple of years, and it's time, it may be time to make that change. I think the same thing applies to all of us. Like what you're going through right now is a challenge. You may be struggling, you may be anxious, you may be depressed, you may not have a job, you may not have income. We're all in this together, right? We're all feeling the challenge of the economy. We're all feeling the tension of what is coming. And I know I can feel that there's more stuff coming down the road, more so than just the virus and more so than just the economy. But that's just myself, personally, my own intuition. And I was like, man, I got to make some changes. But the cool thing is, and this is a quote from one of the passages, and I think it's Esther. Anyway, it says, perhaps you've been prepared for a time such as this. And I know that's a new version translation. It's not the King James version, but it's the intention, right? It's the intent of the quote is, hey, you've been prepared. Literally, like there are outside influences greater than you that have prepared you for the moment that you are going through right in this very moment. And perhaps, and I would say like not perhaps, but like guaranteed, you have been prepared. And if you could if you could open up your awareness and your consciousness and be able to see all of the opportunities and all of the people and all of the beings, all the spirits and all of the things that are rooting for you and have your back, so to speak, you would not fear. You would have peace. You would have comfort. And that's what I have to continually remind myself is continually to open up my awareness. And really that's what I teach all my clients is, hey, go build your awareness. Anything you can do to build your awareness and focus your attention, that's the first step. And then you can start visualizing a new future and start taking action on it and start creating it. And that's the creation formula in a nutshell. Anyway, guys, I am going to start doing more online marketing and helping more people with online marketing. So I'm excited for that. So I'm really excited for that because there's new changes coming, that everything is going to be moving digital. And it's already been happening for the last 4 or 5 years, but now it's going to start accelerating at an exponential pace. So I want to help people out with that. So there's a free book out right now that I am promoting. You can get it. It helps people get to you and your message. It's called Traffic, Online Traffic. You can go to codydean.net/traffic and get the book. It's called Traffic Secrets, and it's a free book. You just cover the shipping and handling, and it helps you get your message out to the right people. That's really the key. So go to codydean.net/traffic. This video and this podcast is sponsored by Traffic Secrets. codydean.net/traffic. You guys are awesome. Remember that everything that you have gone through has prepared you for this moment that you are in right now. And it is your choice whether or not to acknowledge that and to accept it and use that as a fire and a fuel to propel you forward, and use this moment to prepare you for what is coming in the future. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. Go out and continue to be great. And as I always say, go out and create your freedom.